Hello, friends. Today's detail is a 2014 Coachmen Freelander RV. This detail is the reason that I have taken a break. This turned into one of the biggest nightmares I have faced yet. This turned into, I did this for literally nothing, bad review, unhappy customer, and ultimately, unhappy me. So, I was told that I did a quote unquote light cleaning on this RV. Originally, I was not going to post this after everything went down. But after giving it some thought and allowing things to settle within myself, I have decided that I am going to post this and let others decide if this was a light cleaning or not. This detail was a referral from the detail dudes. They do not do the interiors of RVs. And if they're going to refer something like this to me, they obviously have a little bit of confidence in me to do the job. So I took the job. This customer needed it done quickly. Originally, I wasn't going to be able to do it until later in the week. But because of their situation, I fit them in. I did my very best. I got the vehicle as soon as they picked it up. The family is supposed to move in to this RV. Because of that, and because when they purchased it, it was used, I knew that a good steam cleaning would be a good idea on this RV. But according to the owner, when it was all said and done, after I expressed my areas of concern due to lighting, because I was out in my driveway until 3 a.m., and that I would come and resolve it, in the end, he ascertained that this was a light cleaning. When you are referred by another detailer, something that we must keep in mind is we are not only working our butt off for our reputation, But we are also needing to consider the reputation of those who refer to you. And that's exactly what I tried to do. I also was in a position where I really needed the money for this detail very badly. I quoted this man $600 to do this detail. So the owner gave me $300 before I began the detail, and we would square up after I was done. So I got to work. I was fine with that $300 up front, but I really wanted to focus on steam cleaning it as I had told them on the phone. You know, another family had used it for a while, for a few years, and, you know, they're having to move into it. Of course they would want it clean. So I just kept going. I washed the walls and the cabinets and the drawers and vacuumed everything out. This bathroom was not very easy to do. Number one, there's not a lot of room, and I'm not exactly a small woman. Number two, there was no light, so I had to use my work light. And with that, I struggled to get the things that, to tell if I was getting what I needed to get. So I did the best that I could with the situation. So I just kept on going. The shower door is one that slides in and it slides around the corner. Well, there's spots in between there that I couldn't get to. I couldn't get to it. I tried everything I could think of to put in there, and I couldn't get my hand in there because the door and the other piece of the glass was so tight, there was nothing getting in there. So I just struggled with that, but I did the very best that I could. And I just kept on going. But like I said, I just wanted to get that steam cleaned the best that I could, because I know if it were me, I would want it clean too. In a vehicle this size, you're going to have misses. So it's important to make sure that you make yourself available to resolve any issues that the owner might have. And I did that. I made a list of everything that I knew could be a problem. Number one, I struggled with lighting in the bathroom. The light was out. I used my work light, but even then, it's very difficult. When he picked up the vehicle, after I text him all of this list of things that I felt could be a concern, majority of that was going to be in the cab area. He texted me about 30 minutes later, and all hell broke loose at that point. He said that I did not vacuum out or wipe down the drawers and the cabinets. He said that there was a bunch of dirt all over the floor. Then he texted me later after we had agreed that I would come out Thursday or sooner if I had a cancellation, which happens often. I would come out. Not long later, he gets home or whatever. He says, upon further inspection, I just did a light cleaning on this. And he wanted a full refund. And that was like a brick to the head, because I had put in almost 7 hours on this vehicle, just trying to make it good for him and his family. So this man gave me $300 up front. We would square up at the end of the detail. And I actually didn't even ask him for the other 300 because I knew that I wanted to resolve those issues first. I was trying to do it all in good faith. The original things that he complained about ultimately never arrived in the pictures. He sent me a big old long book and text message along with some videos of 10 items. Now, granted, as I said before, he had every right to be upset because things were not done. But a lot of the things that he was upset about were very petty when you look at the bigger picture. And that's what I didn't understand. They could have been resolved very easily. So I'm not taking away from the fact that he was upset, because if you don't do your detail right, they have a right to be upset. What I didn't understand in his text messages, he was not only complaining, but he was accusing me of not doing this, that, and everything else that I said. He was also threatening me, and he was voicing demands, and he was, in my opinion, very, very hateful. I believe in my heart of hearts, after thinking about it for a week, after looking through all of this again, he was taking advantage of me. And I believe it's because I'm a woman. And I've had to step back, because if he can do it, others can too. And I have a problem with that. His final text message was a very long book. Included in that was a little short video of before and after, when he, just a basic wipe, and it would have been handled. It's obvious that he doesn't understand how detailing works, that when you're working on such a big vehicle, you're going to have misses. So he made that perfectly clear. But he demanded his $150 back, and it was up to me to decide. Now, I did discuss this with Scott over at the Detail Dudes. This man, and the way that he was talking to me, and the way that he was accusing me of things and making it sound like I didn't put forth my best effort, it had torn me down by this time. I mean, to the point, for 48 hours, I was practically in tears, working at my part-time job, trying my best not to cry when a guest would come in. So I did my very best with my situation. But because it tore me down, I had no choice but to, because he said, if I don't receive that in 48 hours, I'll know your decision, and blah, 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 bad review, blah, blah, blah. Now, of course, you can tell by now, I'm no longer torn down. I'm very angry. So I had to decide if I was going to return that $150. Because I got wrapped up in the emotion of everything and the way that he was treating me and the frustration of not allowing me to resolve anything, I decided at that particular time I would refund him his money. But it didn't end there because I responded to him after 4 phone calls. He wasn't man enough to answer. And I thought, you know what? You think you got the last word. But I'm not her. And that's exactly how I started my text message to him. You may be a man who is used to having the last word in your life, but I am not that woman. I laid into him in a text message and I let him know what I thought, including you wanted a free detail. I understand he was upset, but it was the way that he acted. Because of that, I just laid back into him and gave it right back. May not have been the proper thing to do, but too bad. I'm not going to be taken advantage of without actually speaking up. I am not that kind of woman. So now I'm taking stock at how I'm going to move forward. I'm not going to be doing too much right now because I'm covering shifts at the part-time job. But I will be doing the car lot vehicles. So you'll probably see some videos here and there until I figure out how to move forward with outside customers. Because I'm looking at non-refundable deposits and things like that. So I'll keep you posted. In the meantime, thanks for hanging out on my channel for a minute. I hope you enjoyed this light cleaning, and we'll see you on the next one.